Recording in progress.
So after asking what the silence tells me, I ask myself, what can I appreciate? What habit would I love to have or to enhance to better my life? Going back to the beginning of our new year, which we're just days away from it, of simply one thing that we can do less of and one thing that we can do more of to enhance our lives. So I'm going to come round and dust your shoulders off as you continue through this silence. And brushing off shoulders. So every once in a while I make baby blankets for someone that's going to have a baby, and she's come to yoga but she moved to another state. So I just want to pass around this little stack. It's got Winnie the Pooh, the elephants, and a pretty plaid. So before I mail them off, I thought I would just pass them around and you can just say a prayer over the mama and the baby. yourself to pause. Just focusing on your breath. Reminding ourselves to at least attempt to diminish our busyness, which proves that you're doing so by coming today, being here today. To describe a building. I want you to think of like an old stone building, very tall, very big, with big gates. Gates that a horse and carriage, a camel, and all could go through. But then in these big gates, there's a small door that when they close the big gates, if anyone enters, it has to be through that small door. So I think we've all heard the verse and the saying of, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter heaven. And this does not mean a sewing needle. In ancient times, those gates had two large leaves and a small door called the eye of the needle, intended only for the passage of pedestrians. So when the large gates were closed, getting a camel through that eye of the needle, it required the camel to shed its load, bend its legs and neck, and it was a difficult task that often left scratches. So Jesus' teaching on this parable was not impossible for a rich man to get into heaven, but a reminder that whether you are rich or poor, you must shed your burdens, bend your necks in obedience, kneel before God, and acknowledge Him that He is the only way to our salvation. And on this journey, as we know, we do get scratches along the way. So we take breath on that. So before we go into the tapping, let's think about the tapping. That when there's times that you cannot be here, you should still tap every day if possible. And particularly when you feel miscombobulated, and just need a little easing, a little peace, maybe not feeling your best. If you tap every day, those times will diminish, but when we need to just remember, take ownership of something like the tapping. It's still a very alive and well method of healing and good medicine. So we take a breath, breathe it out, bring your right hand to opposite shoulder, another arm across, a prayer for peace in our mind, health and wellness in our body, and most importantly, peace within our spirit and rest in our soul. We're in tune with the rise and fall of our chest, our breathing. And let's tap to the chest and to the shoulders. Back to center. And let's tap right under. We'll tap through the hand. Index finger. Middle finger. The next finger, as we remind ourselves to be encouraging and kind to others. Little finger. May we be encouraging and kind to ourselves, and that God's light shine through us to others. Sometimes we have to pray for that. It doesn't just come. Side of the hand and the back of the hand. And we'll tap the other underarm. And we'll tap through the hand. A prayer for quiet in the mind. Index finger. May we have quiet in the eyes. Middle finger. Quiet in the ears. Next finger. Quiet in the mouth. Little finger. Quiet in the heart. Tapping side of the hand and back of the hand. Rubbing the thumb across the fingertips and bringing that energy to the chin. Reminding ourselves for our words to be kind, to be truthful, and not always using our words. We don't have to fill all the space with words. Move along the jaw, upper lip, under the eyes. Be sure to tap beside the nose, get those pressure points, come around the eyes, the temples, come on over the eyes, and making way to the crown of the head. A prayer for wisdom and awakenings, dusting off. Now with as good a posture as possible, let's turn to your right. Coming round slowly to the left. Back at center. Let's bring hands to the knees. Tuck your chin around your back. Breathe in, face up. And 2 more breaths like that. Back at our center, let's bring bottom of the feet together. And we'll flutter the legs. Let's come to be still. Shrugging the shoulders toward the ears. Relax them. Draw a little circle with your nose, with your face forward, and back around the other way. Let's stretch out left leg. Reach down for this point. Keeping our mind on the mat. Anytime it starts to wander, just draw it back in. come up and bring that leg back behind. Get it in as comfortably close as you can and hands in front of your knee. Again, shrugging your shoulders toward your ears. Relax them. Take a breath, and when you breathe out, nose to knee. Pressing up. And one more time. Come on up and let's stretch out the other leg. We'll reach down for this point. We'll come on up and bring that leg back behind. Shrug your shoulders toward your ears. Relax them. When you breathe out, nose to knee. Pressing up and coming down. Pressing up. Let's bring ourselves now around on our hands and knees. We'll breathe in and out, cat-cow. And as we take some more breath like this, envision your spine moving with ease. And a prayer for a healthy spine to support our body. Support our nerves and our muscles, our bones. Back at center. Let's sway the hips side to side, press it out. Back at center, and we're going to stretch out onto your stomach. Let's take a healing pause and just focus on our breath and laying against the earth. This turn of the chilly weather, we're offering gratitude for a warm place to practice, a warm place to sleep at night, and a prayer for those that do not have that. And let's take our feet out a little wide. Swish your hips side to side, and then we will come up on our elbows, lengthen through your neck, and face forward. Releasing down. Let's bring bottom of the feet together, which splits our knees out a little wider. And get your feet as close as you comfortably can to your body. Try to relax down through the hips. Feel your breath deep into your belly. Stretching those feet down. Let's just a little bit off your mat, perhaps. Come on back up on the elbows. Face forward, lengthen through the neck. And coming down, bring your feet back to hip width. So let's bend it, pick it up, stretch it back. Bend it, pick it up,
Stretch it back. And one more time, each leg. Making those legs as long as you can, toes pointed, hands by your chest. Let's press up.
Allow those hips to sink down toward the mat. And releasing down. Bend your legs.
And with feet over your knees, let's draw circles with the toes to get the kinks out of the ankles. Turn them around the other way and just strengthening through the ankles, stretching, bringing better balance. We're going to sway the legs side to side. Bringing feet down. Let's come on up on hands and knees. I'm going to stretch back left leg and just move with soft intention. We'll bend it and knee to the left. Toes to the ground and press that arm forward, right arm. We'll bring a hand to replace the left and hand under and up. Releasing down. Moving soft with intention. Right leg back. Bend it, knee to the right. Toes to the ground, press back. Left arm forward. Bringing balance, polarity. Take left hand, replace the right. Right hand under and up. Asking God's blessing and protection. We're asking for strength. Let's come down softly, gently on the elbows. Release any tension through the neck as you stretch back through your glutes and around your tailbone. And as we take a few breaths right here, make that breath just barely audible, that you can hear it within your mat. Remind ourselves that that sends a signal to the brain, to the parasympathetic system, to relax the body. With hands in front of the elbows, spread your fingers. Very slowly pick up your left leg and stretch it up as much as you can. We'll bend it. Keep the knee high and knee to the ground. Take breath. Regular yoga practice teaches us patience, awareness, and many, many, many things. Stretch up your right leg. Slowly bend it and knee to the ground. Let's take our knees open wide and coming down into child's pose, big toes touch. I encourage you to put your hands back by your feet, but put them where they are most comfortable for you today. check in with your body if it's suitable for you to bring your hands to interlace your fingers at your tailbone. You can take your forehead forward and arms up, giving a nice stretch through your shoulders, through your arms, squeeze. Hands to your tailbone, bring them in front of your knees, and we're going to come on up nice and slow, face forward. Let's come back to our hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, hips back toward your heels. Come on up. Hands at your waist, hips forward. And if the feeling is right, to lean back just a little bit, giving it a better stretch through where the legs join the body. And we're going to take right hand, right heel, or two toward it, left arm up. And we bring the greatest distance we can between our hands. If you can, look up in trust and confidence. And we'll very slowly alternate the arm positions. Releasing down. Top of the feet to the mat. We're going to shift to the right. Take your time. And left foot forward. And arms up. It helps you with your balance if you find a focal point at eye level. Bring hands to the ground. Check in with your body and straighten the right leg if it's right for you. And knee softly to the ground. And coming up, let's take left leg back. And we'll take the hips forward. And coming up, we'll shift the weight to the left and right foot forward. Let's bring arms up. When we reach your arms strong, fingers toward the sky. Hands to the ground. We'll straighten left leg. And knee to the ground. Coming up and bringing your leg back when it's right for you. Bring hands under the shoulders, tucking your toes under, hips back. And either deciding to come up your best way or down dog. Face toward your knees. Let's briefly bend one knee to the other. We're going to walk our hands and feet toward each other. Bring hands to shins and face forward. Now bend your knees slightly and slowly come up to mountain pose. We stand as delectable mountains, loved by God. Weight distributed evenly all four sides of both feet. And relax your arms and take them forward and up.
Working your knees out. Let's sink the hips forward and leaning back. What's right for you today? We come up and bringing arms forward and down. So standing about mid-mat or so, let's take left foot back. We're going to bend right knee and arms up. And take a breath, and when you breathe out, right hand down.
We'll remind ourselves that yoga is not just about moving the body, it's about calming our emotions. We come up, bringing left foot back to be by the right, stepping right foot back. And you feel that your feet are hip width apart. Let's take up left arm. And left hand down. Breathe in, come up. Bringing right foot forward, and we'll turn to the front of the room with feet open wide. Let's turn right foot to the right and bend the knee, arms open. Breathe in, right hand up, face up. Releasing down. Breathe in, come up. We're going to exchange the position of our feet with arms back open. Breathe in, left hand up, face up. Releasing down. And coming up, we'll match up our feet and let's squat, gather, and lift. And one more. Bring our hands slowly on down to the ground and bringing yourself round onto your back. Let's rest our hand on our stomach and just be in tune with the breath, breathing deep down where the medicine is. Take a nice deep breath with me, and when you breathe out, roll your face to the right, far as it comfortably feels good. Breathe in, bring it back. Breathe out, turn to the left. Back at center. Now take another breath with me and bring bottom of the feet together, draping the legs open. And another breath, and when you breathe out, ease the feet to the end of the mat. And be aware that your feet are about hip width apart and your toes are turned toward the sky. And see about bringing your hands behind your head. If anything hurts, just adjust how you do it.
And I'm going to interlace my fingers and bring them to hold my head and bring my elbows on down toward the ground. So just do it how it works for you. Now you're going to bring the toes in toward your body so your feet are really stretched and your legs are really coming down toward the mat. And we're going to breathe in, lift your head up and your chin toward your chest. Breathe in. Hold your breath a few seconds up at the top. Breathe out and release down. So stay in this position but relax your legs. We're going to do this a few more times. This helps just kind of, where your brain sets down into your head, the base of that skull. So we're just going to stretch in that area, release. So bring your toes toward your body, stretching into your legs. Breathe in, lift your head. Hold your breath just a few seconds. And breathe out, release down. So relax down. I'm going to do that one more time. So toes in toward your body. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. So go ahead now and bring your right leg in and hug it in. Hold on below your knee. And really hug it in. And we're going to roll to your left. So pull with your left hand, push with your right, face stays toward the sky. Back at your center. We're going to hug in left leg. Stretch out your right leg. And we feel very relaxed. The face, the eyes, the ears. Let's roll to the right. Back at center. Stretch that leg out. Bring your feet out a little wide. Make yourself comfortable. I'm going to take a few sacred moments to just allow everything to come together. And just allow your mind and body to surrender. first breath coming up, we just offer gratitude for this time. We offer gratitude for the cold nights to bring in that system of the rotation of the plants. All of nature. So when we tell one another good day, what we're really wishing is, we wish you more happy days than sad days. We wish you more joy than misery. Wishing you more laughter than tears. More bravery than fear. And the wisdom to accept that they all belong. So we want to close our session wishing everyone a happy good day, and namaste. And I have myself a note that I need to go pick up my grandson right now. So last one out, push the center to lock the door, please.
Okay. We can handle it. Give him a little kiss for me, please.
Oh, I'm sure he'll relish that.
Recording stopped.
If you come on, we're all in here taking